So, Barkha,
Hi.
hi. Why don't you tell us what you do?
So I'm a advertising producer. I left advertising, I think 1 year ago to get into films.
Okay.
बहुत टाइम से चल रहा था लाइक आई वांट टू डू फिल्म्स. इट वाज ऑलवेज इन माय थॉट्स कि करना ही है, मतलब फिल्म्स ही करनी है. तो हाँ, अब कर दिया वो. आई टुक दैट चांस एंड now I'm doing a film with Shlok Sharma.
Okay.
He is a director for a lot of films like
Okay.
Haram Khor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he's doing his next.
Nice.
And I'm co-producing it. So yeah.
But you won't be shooting right now, right? You will resume shooting.
Yeah, we were supposed to shoot in March, but then, as
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all
of
know,
course.
lockdown happened and rest is history.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start it next month.
Okay. So, is like producing for a feature film different from producing in an ad film? Like, were you producing ad films before?
Yeah, I have done ad films all my career, like for the last 10 years.
Okay.
I've done ads only.
Okay.
I was a part of this film called Rockstar, but as a production assistant.
Okay.
It was back in 2009, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But never after I got a chance. Or I was so busy in advertising because you just like get into one thing and then you have to be
Right.
better at it.
Hmm.
So I was doing that.
Okay. But so why the switch? Why did you decide to, okay, I don't want to do advertising, I want to try something else?
For 10 years, no, I was doing advertising and it was like, and I have crossed almost all, like, you call it, positions in production.
Mm-hmm.
So I started my career with production intern in
Okay.
Delhi.
Yeah.
Then after that, I became production assistant, then coordinator, then production manager, then assistant producer, associate producer. So I have
Wow.
crossed all hurdles in production.
Hmm.
Like, you name it and I've done it
Right.
in production.
They've seen it all.
Yeah, and like for me, advertising was very mechanical.
Hmm.
Like last year, I was not feeling anything. I was like, हाँ ये है job कर लो खत्म करो.
Hmm.
It was like that. And films, they are more challenging because advertising is maximum 3 days, 4 days, 5
Right.
days maximum you shoot. But for films, you have to shoot for maybe 30 days, 50 days.
Right.
So I've not done it. So
Yeah.
it's a challenge, and I always like want to have some
Yeah.
kind of challenge. So advertising for me was not challenging.
Right.
So I just did it.
So as a producer, people often confuse what exactly a producer does, right? There are
Yeah.
different types of producers.
Oh yes.
Usually when we hear a producer in Bollywood, we think about, oh, somebody's got a lot of money and they put that money in the film.
No.
What is the type of producer that you are?
So I basically when it comes to films, studio gives you money.
Right.
Like there are financiers who gives you
Right.
money, and then sometimes producer also get their own money and
Right.
put it when it's a small budget film and they want to do it their passion projects.
Sure.
So of course, but what I do, if somebody hires me as a producer, then I have to set up a team. In films, it'll be like I'll set up a team, I'll coordinate between all departments, I'll take care of budgets,
Right.
that it's not going over or whatever it is. And there is like a lot of things like I have to manage between all departments, whether it's
Okay.
costume. So everybody will come to me and with their problems.
Right.
always problems.
Of
Production,
course.
when it
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
to production, they'll come with problems
Right.
only. और संभालना पड़ता है, मतलब पूरा सब कुछ संभालना
Basically
पड़ता है.
run the show.
Run the
That
show.
everything happens the way it is supposed to happen.
Yeah,
Cool.
smoothly.
Right. Without any hurdles.
Yeah. There are hurdles, but
Yeah.
then you have to like overcome those hurdles.
Yeah. And of course, if you're working in a feature film or a film in general, it'll be a much bigger challenge, right, than producing for an advertising film, for example.
Oh yes. Now I am like right now it's my first film, so it's I am getting to learn a lot of new things. I am getting into contracts of actors and
Oh.
yeah, so it's a new thing for me. In advertising, you don't make contract. It's a 2-day shoot, 1-day
Right.
shoot, so there's no need of contracts.
Oh, okay.
But in feature film, you have to make contracts. You have to abide by a lot of things.
Right.
So this is something which is very new. And then I have never shot for 20-30 days at a stretch. So this will be the new thing for me.
Right. And the size of the operation will also become bigger, right?
It's much bigger.
So in advertising, like what is the team size in advertising?
In advertising also, see, my minimum crew in advertising is 80 people. There's not less than those. In
80
India,
people is still huge.
In India, there has to be like those number of people, because one, you have to give employment to a lot of people.
Right.
And yeah, because there is some, like, for every smallest of things you have to have like one person.
Yeah.
Like एक लाइट आएगी तो उसके साथ 3 बंदे आएंगे because
वरना अगर लाइट नहीं आई तो it will not happen, right?
No, it's that also, but है कि 18K के साथ बाहर भी shoots होते हैं. Like when we are shooting abroad, there it's the crew size is so small because a lot of people are doing like multiple tasks.
Right.
Like if a camera is coming from one vendor, the camera guys will only drive their own vehicle. Here the driver will come, then 3 attendant will come, then the card guy will come, then you have to transfer the footage. Those people will come.
Right.
So there are a lot of people on your set at one point of time.
एक तो हमारे यहाँ जिसको जो काम है वही करता है.
हाँ.
Like extra काम कोई नहीं कर सकता.
काम तो करना ही नहीं है. मैं
अपनी गाड़ी चला के कौन कैसे आ जाएगा?
हाँ. मतलब लाइट वाला कैमरा वाले का लेंस बॉक्स भी नहीं उठाएगा. नहीं हम नहीं टच करेंगे, तुम करो. तो उसके लिए लोग चाहिए. और हमारा फिर we have our production people also.
Yeah.
क्योंकि
of course.
वो भी तो चाहिए.
वो किसी और का काम कैसे कर लेंगे? Right.
It's fine. Like now we are used to that kind of working, but with this pandemic, the crew size is becoming smaller because you can't shoot with more than I think 50-60 people. But still people are doing shoots, a lot of shoots.
So you think, given this obviously this pandemic and the impact it will have on how people produce either films or any type of film?
See, films, you really like big budget film, you really can't shoot right now because you have to have that kind of crew strength to be able to pull off.
Right.
Because हमारे पास अगर मतलब एक बड़ी बजट की फिल्म है तो अगर 400 जूनियर ही आ रहे हैं तो उनको संभालने के लिए भी तो लोग चाहिए.
Right.
क्रू. और अगर पूरा सेट लाइटिंग हो रहा है तो उसके लिए 25 या 30 लाइटिंग बॉयज भी चाहिए. तो अब हम वैसे ही है. तो फिल्म्स नहीं शुरू हो रहे हैं बट आई थिंक एडवर्टाइजिंग शुरू हुआ है थोड़ा एंड वी are working with comparatively less number of people. Yes, we are doing shoots now.
तो you think वो जो shift है थोड़ा सा operational shift है कि अभी there are so many restrictions, probably so many number of people cannot be in a team, और जो schedules हैं वो थोड़े customize करने पड़ेंगे. You think it will be a permanent thing कि industry में change होगा?
I don't think so.
नहीं होगा.
Once this is over, once vaccine has come, अब भंसाली की शूट पे you can't have 80 people. You have to have 500 people
right.
at one point of time. So
500 people तो भंसाली के पीछे खड़े होते हैं कभी-कभी. Interesting thing is that the work that you do and how I knew you in college, for me, I think those personalities match very well. The type of cut-to-cut person you were in college.
Yeah.
And the type of work that you do. I think it calls for a personality like yours, like somebody who doesn't take bullshit.
Yeah.
So do you think that personality has helped you, or like do you think it came naturally for you to be in this stream?
No, I don't think it was natural or like a gradual thing for me to come in production. But it was more like after our graduation, I gave some PG exams and I didn't clear it. Sadly. Yeah. I wanted to do cinematography.
Okay.
Badly. So I gave FTI. I gave SRFTI. But didn't clear anything. So I started working. Like I started working with these people in Delhi. They were the line production company. And in college you don't know what is the line production company.
Yeah.
I thought this is a production house. I'm going to do some creative work or I'm going to be an AD or whatever. Yeah. But then when I went in and then I started working and I was doing like production jobs. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go on shoot, get the vanities parked and matlab ट्रक वालों से, लाइटिंग वालों से बात हो रही है, ड्राइवर टाइम पे पहुंचा कि नहीं, वो सब हो रहा था. एंड आई वाज लाइक यार ये कौन सा काम है.
Right.
मतलब ये मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि ये क्या है ये काम. मतलब खाना खाया कि नहीं क्रू ने, ये तो हॉस्पिटैलिटी हो गया.
Right.
तो समझ नहीं आ रहा था मतलब प्रोडक्शन ये क्या है. But then when I started working, I started going on like shoots, I started like proper job, and I started enjoying it. And then वो होता गया. मतलब it was never, I was never like in my mind कि I want to be in production.
Right.
But वो हो गया. And then I started liking the job. तो वो होते होते वो 1.5 साल निकल गया दिल्ली में proper. तो वो मज़ा आ रहा था. मतलब I was really enjoying what I was doing. And then I used to see ADs working. I was like मुझे ये नहीं करना, ये तो बहुत काम करते हैं. मतलब काम हम भी करते हैं. Production is the first like department which comes on set and the last department which goes out of set.
Right.
Not producers. Then back then production was like that.
Yeah.
So I used to be the first person to come on set and used to be the last person to go. And then the next day you get like a 4-5 hours of turnaround if there is a shoot.
Okay.
Then again you have to come back at 5 o'clock in the morning. So for a college like pass out, it was like ये क्या हो रहा है.
Yeah.
मतलब नींद ही नहीं मिल रही. और पेरेंट्स के लिए भी it was कि ये कब जा रही है कब आ रही है. तो it was new for them also.
Right. And were they bothered about कि तुम किस टाइप का काम कर रहे हो, क्या है काम? Because a lot of times parents don't understand what you do.
Yeah, they did not understand anything I was doing. They were just like तुम लोग उनको समझाना पड़ा. मतलब काफ़ी समझाना पड़ा कि ये करते हैं प्रोडक्शन में. You do this and then you handle location, you take care of hospitality.
Right.
Whatever has to come on shoot, whatever is required on shoot, production has to get it by hook or by crook. You can't say no.
Yeah.
So my first boss told me that as a production person, you can't say no to anybody. So that was the thumb rule I got from my first job, and till date I just can't say no as a producer also. Sometimes I say like to my director in a very initial stage I say nahi ye nahi hoga. Now I can say
to keep that person grounded. Yeah.
But man, I feel that for the film like if it's important you have to give it. पैसा तो आता ही रहेगा, कमाते ही रहेंगे. मतलब but it's a film that you have to, and your name is going out with that film.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have to give creative liberty to your director. You can't say no for everything.
Right. Do you think being a female was a special challenge in a production setting? Like there would be a lot of people who would not be willing to listen to you. Hypothetically.
Not at all. Like it did not happen with me at all. Like you know me. मतलब मैं अपना काम निकलवा लेती हूँ.
ये तभी तो मैं बोल रहा था. The personality matches very well.
Yeah. मेरे साथ नहीं. I never faced that challenge at all in my life that I'm a woman and that's why they are not listening to me. Everybody listened to me on set. By hook or by crook.
Right.
मैं अपना काम निकलवाना ही है. I used to be very crude and like very rude with people back then, because then you have to do like things sometimes. But अभी तो लोग सुन ही लेते हैं. सुन लेते हैं.
Yeah. Now also people know who you are.
But there are a lot of female producers in advertising and in films. There are lots and lots of them. So
it's nothing new to the sector.
Yeah, I don't think so. Now it matters in industry. Producers are there, females are there, men are there, and everybody listen to everybody.
So you worked in Delhi for about a year and a half, right?
Yes.
So what decided, like, why did you move to Bombay then?
Oh, that's a tricky question to answer.
Okay.
So I was hopelessly heartbroken.
Okay.
And I decided because of that that I just want to go away from this city now. I don't want to do anything. So I'm not kidding. I think 17th September was the day I remember that I left my job in Delhi. And 20th September I booked my own ticket because of course you're earning.
Yeah.
So you can book your own ticket.
Yeah.
And I did not ask my parents. I did not tell them that I am going to Bombay. I just you have to ask because you have been staying with your parents. You have to discuss.
Yes.
You have to decide to before making a move to another city, because my parents, like, they are very very like protective and about me. Like till about 12th standard, I was not allowed to go out with any of my friends for anything. Like I used to go out with my sister and her friends, because they are older.
Yeah,
they'll take care of you. So I was not allowed. So when I started working, I used to go out, I used to come late, but it was only work.
Right.
But then when I made this move and then I informed my parents that I am doing this, they were heartbroken. They were like shattered. My mother though cried and cried and cried, and like she was like, how can you not ask me? Like how could you do this? बट देवर लाइक कि हाँ ठीक है, जा रही है, आ जाएगी वापस. ऐसा था उनके दिमाग में, ऐसा था. सो आई ओनली हैड वन बिग बैग एंड आई लेफ्ट फॉर पुणे.
For Pune, where I met you.
Yeah. There used to be production house who used to come to Delhi to shoot with us. So somebody gave me an offer कि तू आ जा. Back then I said नहीं मेरे को नहीं आना अभी बॉम्बे. So when I moved to Bombay, I called them. Generally you call all people you know. So I called them and I said ki I'm in Bombay, I'm looking for work. So they were like, you don't apply anywhere, you come to us and we are hiring you on one call.
Fantastic.
So it was, I think it was luck and also my hard work that
they must have known what your work ethic is.
Yeah. So I got the job in 3 days. I think 3rd October was the day when I landed in Bombay, and 8th October I started working. Wow. In 2010. Yeah.
So it didn't take long. 17th September to 8th October, you had a new job in the new city.
Yeah.
Were you at all anxious or like nervous about taking a big decision, especially with the state of mind that you were in?
Actually, no. I just wanted to run out of this city, Delhi. I did not want to be here. So when I moved there, I moved in with my cousin. Okay. I have a cousin brother there and his family. And I moved with them. And for so it was like family. And my mother was like, ठीक है अभी तो इनके साथ रह रही है ना. So she was also okay, and I was not in a good state of mind. So anxiety was for other things, not for this thing.
Yeah.
तो काम मिल गया. You are going to work. You are going every day to some place to work, and you are getting a good money also. तो वो सब हो गया था. सो ऐसा कभी नहीं लगा कि यार ये नई सिटी है, मैं कैसे करूँगी, क्या होगा. बिकॉज आई वॉज ऑलवेज इन दिस फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड कि मुझे बॉम्बे नहीं रहना है.
अच्छा.
कभी भी वो था दिमाग में था दैट आई विल वर्क हियर बट आई विल गो बैक.
सो फ्रॉम योर स्टोरी इट लुक्स लाइक यू वर ट्राइंग टू स्टार्ट अ न्यू लाइफ, राइट, इन अ न्यू सिटी.
Not a new life, but I wanted to just like leave that life,
right,
and continue with my so it was me who was like moving on. I decided to move on from this,
like literally.
Yeah. Like literally, yes.
Literally take a flight to move on. Like that's the best type of move on you can have.
Yeah.
Take a flight.
Yeah.
Like probably like these
airlines. First 6 months were really difficult. They were like, I was not in a happy place. I was working but not in a happy place. But there were friends in that production house which I joined, Little Lamb Films. I will mention 2 people, Kedar and Surya. They are still my friends and very, very, very close friends. So they helped me like through my journey. Like they were there for me. They knew everything about everything. So they just knew. And whenever I used to feel low, they used to be like with me.
Yeah.
So I think बहुत thankfully बहुत smoothly निकल गया. Tough था but smoothly निकल गया.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then you like started working in, so you were working in ad films here to begin with.
Yeah.
And
I did one like a small feature. It was not a small feature film. I did Rockstar but as a production assistant here. But then when I moved to Bombay, it was only advertising. I started with Little Lamb Films as an assistant producer. And then I became executive producer there only. And then the shift happened. I worked there for almost 2 years, Little Lamb. Then I moved to another production house called QED as an associate producer. Then I worked there for about a year. Then I moved to another production house. So I have like a lot of like a CV of production houses in my list.
Yeah.
I have changed about like six production houses in my 11-year career. Yeah.
That's a lot of production houses.
Yeah.
And then you decided to marry someone who was also sort of in your same, like not sort of, like probably deep into the same sector.
Yeah. I decided like after a long time. We decided after a long time actually.
Okay.
We decided, we met like generally for work. He was like an upcoming DOP at that time and I was already an established executive producer.
So he married up.
Yeah. No, so it was like that. And then we met for work. We were like, अच्छा मेरा ये न्यू डायरेक्टर है तो इसके लिए शूट करते हैं. तो ही वाज लाइक नहीं अभी तो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ SRFTI में.
अच्छा.
So I was like, okay, ठीक है, all right. You tell me when you, and you know he's our college senior, by the way. He is like much way senior, but yeah, Siddharth Diwan. Yeah. Then we.
You were an interesting outlier from everybody who went to, especially our college, our batch. That you decided to marry early, or like not early, but relatively. Like most of us are still not married.
Yeah, including you.
Including me.
Yeah.
So, do you think that was an advantage to have somebody in your life when you like?
See, so in Bombay when we were like together for 4 years, we were like hanging out every day and like it was like pretty much, and then you somewhere know that this guy is you. Yeah, I can marry him. Yeah. So he was not sure. Actually, he wasn't sure.
Okay.
I was sure.
Despite you being his first producer, he was not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So like for 2 years he wasn't sure of dating, and I was like, yeah, ठीक है, I'm okay. So उसके बाद मैंने, and he told me कि मम्मी पापा को अभी नहीं बताते हैं. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, जब भी whenever you are ready you tell me, because I am okay in getting married, and that time I was 25.
Yeah.
तो he was like कि ठीक है देखते हैं अभी. Then one day he said चलो let's tell our parents. I'm like okay ठीक है. So I told my parents. And then on my birthday we were coming back from somewhere, and in the lift he proposed me. Wow. And I was without the ring also.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Was there a lift man in the lift?
No.
Okay.
It was only us, and he was like, oh, will you marry me? And it's very straight face, nothing like very grand and all. He's like, will you marry me? I was like, is this a place to propose? Like, as a
it had
2x2.
It had a privacy.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, but he was like, अब तुझे क्या चाहिए कि मैं in front of everybody go down on my knees and say, will you marry me? I was like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
But कुछ तो like special होना चाहिए. एक बलून ही लगा लेते, एक रोज ही दे देते. I'm not a rose person, but एक कुछ तो कर देते. तो he was like, अब बता दे. I was like, हाँ, of course. So at that time we got engaged. We call it रोका. रोक दिया गया.
Yeah.
दोनों की फैमिली ने, कोई देख भी नहीं रहा था एक दूसरे के लिए कुछ.
Everybody stop.
but रोक दिया. उसके बाद 2014 हमारा रोका हुआ. और उसके बाद मतलब we were supposed to get married the same year 2014. But then one of his film, it's called Bhavesh Joshi, सुपर हीरो, उसकी वजह से हमारी शादी 3 बार पोस्टपोन हुई है. बिकॉज अब वो शूट हो रही है, नहीं वो पुश हो गई है, नहीं अब वो शूट हो रही है, अब वो पुश हो गई है. सो थ्राइस वी वेटेड बिकॉज ऑफ भावेश जोशी.
Who is Bhavesh Joshi?
Bhavesh Joshi is a superhero. It's a
fictional character.
Yeah.
Interfering in people's life.
Indian superhero, man.
Okay.
You should watch that film.
Okay, I will. Where is it?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, I'll check that movie out.
Yeah. 3 बार पुश होने के बाद भी भावेश जोशी नहीं हुई, लेकिन हमारी शादी हुई 2015 में दिसंबर में. उसके बाद भावेश जोशी हुई. तो मैंने बोला
लंबा प्रोजेक्ट हो गया भावेश जोशी.
हाँ, 5 साल.
वाह.
5 साल का प्रोजेक्ट था. बट that's a film which is very close to both our hearts, because he has invested his time and pushed our shadi also. Yeah. And I have waited for him because of that film.
I think we should all check that movie out. Yeah. That is the movie that kept you waiting, right?
Yeah. Oh, the director of that film is nice. Like, utmost favorite. So yeah, Vikramaditya Motwani is my favorite test director.
He's he's directed Sacred Games, right? He's
yes, season 1. He has done Udaan.
Okay.
He has directed
Right.
Udaan. He has directed Lutera. He's directed Trapped. So he's a fabulous director. Yeah.
So when you move into feature films or like into proper like long format films in general, what is the type of cinema that you want to do? Like coming from a different background, you did not start with films. Do you think you'll have a certain type of filmmaking in your mind?
So as a personality, I'm totally Bollywood. Like totally. Masala. Full on commercial. But I somehow don't relate to those films. Like I don't want to work in those films. I don't want to work in like proper Bollywood. Like those. I don't want to name them, but I don't want like proper Bollywood masala films.
Right.
I don't want. Like I don't connect with those films. I want to do commercial films, but like I want to do Lutera. I want to do films of Sujit Sarkar. I want to do films of Vishal Bhardwaj. That's the kind of cinema I relate to. Like the list of directors, I have my 7 directors that I want to work with.
Who are those 7?
I will. So I don't know if I'll name them.
Okay.
The other will get.
Okay. Let's not name all 7.
So they are my 7 sins.
Okay.
I call
so you
them
want to
my
like
7.
sin with
I have
each of
started
them.
with one.
Oh wow.
That's a great thing. Shlok Sharma is one of
Right.
them, and I have started with him. So I am very blessed, like, to work with. I'm very thrilled to work with Shlok.
So the kind of people, like, let's say these 7 people, the kind of films they are making, how are they different from, let's say, masala film or whatever the other type of films is, besides the obvious, besides like the story has depth,
Yeah.
right? So script is different, it's got like less pomp and show, it's got more characterization.
Yeah.
So from a production point of view or whatever you will do, how is that process different in these films?
See, I am the kind of producer who wants to get involved in creative process also. I like to get involved.
Right.
So I want to be involved in creative process, and these 7 directors, I know that they will involve people around them in every step. And
You
do
mean like
everything.
working with the directors and
Yeah,
other
yeah,
people?
yeah. And like if you have an opinion about a script or if you have an opinion about certain things, they are open to for your advice.
Right. Otherwise, it's like everybody has a set
As
role
it has a set job.
just deliver.
Like
and
if
go.
I'm an executive producer, I will have to take care of budget no matter what in big studio films.
Right. So do these films, usually what we see is that they are not as big budget as regular films.
Yeah.
But they do have a very niche audience, and that audience is expanding quite fast.
Yes.
Especially thanks to like OTT platforms, right? Where you can actually watch something at your convenience and consume it like over time rather than going in a cinema hall and being on their schedule. I think from my perspective, like whatever I watch, it is easier for us to watch it at home, like appreciate cinema at home rather than in the cinema hall, because in the cinema hall you're like, I have to catch up with the story, and then I have to, you know, अभी इंटरवल होने वाला है, अभी पॉपकॉर्न आएगा, अभी पीछे हो जाओ, and then I'm also not a big movie watcher, but whenever it happens, the process, I never take the movie home back. I always leave it at the cinema hall, and I half of the time I don't know what happened because I was just there. It was 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I'm home. But for this type of cinema that you're mentioning, and it shows when it's a collaborative process compared to when it's just a typical operational process and a movie has been made, where even the characters, even the roles that they did is very limited to their specific responsibility. So you can see that एक जो मूवी है वो टेम्पलेट चाहिए कि ऐसे ही होना है, आगे चलेगी, जैसे फास्ट एंड फ्यूरियस है. आई नो उसमें बहुत कट टू कट काम हुआ है, सबने अपना काम किया, कि एक आदमी को गाड़ी साफ करनी थी तो वो गाड़ी साफ करके निकल गए, एक आदमी को वहाँ कैमरा रखना था तो वो रख के चला गया. बट this type of cinema, I think it will only grow.
Because as an Indian audience now, we are also like accepting those kind of films now. Like my father has always been a hardcore watcher of action films, and like Dabang and Wanted
Yeah.
and all of that. But now when I showed him Patal Lok, I
Yeah.
showed him Family Man,
Exactly.
I showed him Bulbul.
Yeah.
So he was up for those kind of films also. So yeah, I think we are changing as an audience,
Yeah.
and we are accepting that kind of content.
Yeah.
So we are, yeah, I think we are going there, and these OTT platforms are really helpful for the directors, for like a lot of directors who want to like tell their stories
Yeah.
and do their passion projects.
Exactly.
Because it's always like you make a film and then you have like a big pressure of selling it,
Exactly.
or people will come to cinema hall to watch it or not, और वो सब होता है. तो वो बहुत बार ना प्रोड्यूसर भी पैसा लगाने में या वो डरता है कि ये चलेगी कि नहीं. बट अभी OTT प्लेटफॉर्म आने से मतलब it is opened. Yeah, right? It's opened now for a lot of people to enter and do their passion projects. So yeah.
And I believe there's a market for everything. It's just that earlier what used to happen was that for anyone to make a big film, they needed a guarantee of minimum number of cinema halls, right?
Yeah.
And all those operational things, that will it go big or not?
Yeah.
Now it doesn't have to go big.
Yeah.
Like it just needs to be out there, and people will consume it gradually whenever they want.
And we are watching good cinema now. We are really going towards good cinema. So yeah, I'm hopeful.
Like the season 1 of Sacred Games, I put it on and I showed it to my parents. They were a little surprised that this type of content is also being made.
Yeah.
But so I put it on around 11 a.m. and I put it on and left the house for something. I came back in the evening around 6 and they had been continuously watching it.
Oh wow.
Without a break.
Oh yeah, my father did the same thing.
Yeah.
So I started like, I put Patal Lok for him and he started watching, and he watched the entire season in 2 days.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, I finished it in 5 days, but you have finished it. So Saturday, Sunday, khatam.
Yeah. And my mom was like, I was like, आपने पूरे दिन यही देखा है, मतलब कुछ और नहीं किया? She's like, हाँ यही देखा हमने तो. But बीच में वो थोड़ा सा आ गया था ना एक, there's this nude scene I guess this in Sacred Games that what's that guy जो नहीं the transgender Cuckoo, yeah. So I think she has a nude scene or something. And my mom was like, अरे बेटा उस टाइम ना काम वाली आ गई थी. तो बीच में हमने बंद किया, but like then it continued. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. Now they've recently watched this show Panchayat also. It's a small show.
Yeah.
But it is also a different type of storytelling. So I also think with parents the advantage has been and it's been the case with me also, that my parents did not know what I wanted to do in life, right? They could not play a part in my career. Like my dad had a completely different job. तो कभी ये नहीं था कि he would like help me out कि वहाँ जॉब कर लो वहाँ जॉब कर लो. So the advantage was that I was figuring it out on my own. कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है. उसमें there are some moments of अरे यार पता नहीं मैं क्या ही कर रहा हूँ लाइफ में. Then there are some moments of oh हाँ ठीक है तो हो जाएगा. But वो पेरेंट्स का नॉन इंटरफेरेंस बहुत हेल्पफुल होता है.
हाँ, I agree. Actually, मैं इस कोर्स में when I was after 12th, हम लोग एग्जाम्स भरते हैं, तो मुझे लॉयर बनना था.
अच्छा. argue.
हाँ. तो उसके बाद पापा ने बोला कि नहीं ये नया कोर्स है जर्नलिज्म और मास कॉम का, तो ये दे दो. तो मैंने कहा ठीक है दे देते हैं, देने में क्या जाता है, बनना तो लॉयर ही. तो वो हुआ और इसमें मेरा आ गया और लॉ बाहर मिला मुझे, जोधपुर लॉ यूनिवर्सिटी जो थी NLU. हाँ. तो उधर हो गया, लेकिन मेरे बाबा ने बोला नहीं अभी तो बहुत छोटी हो, मैं बाहर नहीं जाने दूंगा, खाना भी नहीं बनाना आता है. ऐसा ओके ठीक है अभी क्या करो, तब तो पापा से आर्ग्यू नहीं कर सकते थे. तो मेरे पापा को सिर्फ यही था, मम्मी पापा को, कि यार रिपोर्टर बन जाना और टीवी पे देख लेंगे, तो ये तो बेस्ट है, यही जर्नलिज्म है.
और नंबर का भी है. उससे एडवांटेज ये होता है ना कि तुम डिसीजन खुद ले लेते हो.
करेक्ट.
यू फिगर आउट कि दिस इज वर्किंग फॉर मी, दिस इज नॉट वर्किंग, विदाउट द फियर ऑफ कि घर पे क्या बोलना पड़ेगा कि व्हाई यू आर स्विचिंग.
हाँ नहीं मतलब गई प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हैं, मम्मी पूछती थी प्रोडक्शन में क्या करते हो, उनको बताते थे प्रोडक्शन में रेकी करने जा रही हूँ लोकेशन की. अब मेरी मम्मी ने 5-6 वर्ड सीख लिए थे ये कि मेरी बेटी रेकी पे है, अभी लोकेशन ढूंढ रही है, अभी शूट पे है, और बस ये सब 5 वर्ड थे, किसी को बोलना होता है तो ये करती है।
हाँ, मेरी मम्मी भी।
हाँ,
मेरी मम्मी ने तो बोला एक बार मेरे को कि तू मुझे बता दे थोड़ा सा कि तू करता क्या है।
हाँ,
तो मैं किसी को फोन पे बताऊंगी तो उनको बोल दूंगी ये करता है।
हाँ,
तो फोन पे बोलते हैं हाँ रिसर्च करता है।
ठीक
क्या
है,
पता नहीं
हाँ,
कर रहा है।
बस यही। तो मेरी मम्मी को भी यही पता था 4-5 वर्ड्स दिल्ली में, और उसके बाद धीरे धीरे मैं ये बताती थी कि अब मैं क्योंकि व्हेन यू ग्रो एज अ पर्सन इन योर प्रोफेशनल करियर, तो यू टेल योर पेरेंट्स कि अब मैं बजटिंग करने लग गई हूँ। माय फर्स्ट बजटिंग वाज लाइक एन अचीवमेंट फॉर मी कि यार अब तो मैंने बजट बना लिया है अपनी एक ऐड का। वो लोग पूछते ही नहीं थे, वो लोग क्या बस क्या कर रहे हो, ठीक ठाक कमा रहे हो, रेंट निकल रहा है, यही सब होता था। बाकी उसके बाद बताते गए, जैसे सिद्धार्थ का जब मैंने पहली बार बताया था, वो डीओपी है, वो फ्रीलांसर है, तो मम्मी कहती वो ऑफिस नहीं जाता। मैंने कहा यार लड़का करता क्या है?
अब फ्रीलांस में फ्री आता है, पता नहीं कमाता होगा कि नहीं कमाता होगा।
कैमरामैन है उनको सिनेमेटोग्राफर और डीओपी तो कैमरामैन है वो तो
और फ्री में काम करवा रहे थे।
हाँ, तो जब क्वीन आई, जब सिद्धार्थ ने क्वीन के लिए फिल्म फेयर जीता, और तब मेरी मम्मी को थोड़ा लाइक
ये ठीक ही है लड़का तो।
नहीं मतलब फिर तो हो गया ना कि फिल्म फेयर ले आया है लड़का, हमारे घर में फिल्म फेयर है, तो तब जाके थोड़ा सा विश्वास हुआ कि ओह ठीक है, guy is right. हाँ, I think for parents.
तुम्हारे लिए कैसे, वो तो चल देख लेना अपने आप।
वो तो हम देख लेंगे।
वो तो खुद ही देखा है।
हाँ।
So उसमें इस चीज़ से हेल्प क्या होती है ना कि जब तुम अपने करियर में आगे बढ़ रहे होते हो, जितना भी बढ़ना है, कभी you'll do well, कभी you'll be like oh I took a wrong decision, बट वो डिसीजन तुम्हारा अपना होता है, लाइक कंप्लीट ओनरशिप होती है। सो उसमें व्हेन यू डिसाइड कि ओके मेरे सेक्टर में या मेरे इस एक्सपर्टीज एरिया में मैं आगे बढ़ चुका हूँ, या मैं और आगे बढ़ सकता हूँ, बट प्रॉब्ली ये जगह सही नहीं है, कंपनी सही नहीं है, या ये व्हाटएवर सेट ऑफ पीपल सही नहीं है, आई नीड टू ग्रो आउट ऑफ इट, देन वो डिसीजन भी तुम ले लेते हो।
ओह या, ये तो मेरे साथ लाइक हर स्टेप पे लाइक आई हैव डन दिस। तो जैसे बॉम्बे जाने का डिसीजन ले लिया था क्विकली कि अब स्टेप अप, यू हैव टू स्टेप अप। उसके बाद फिर फ्रॉम एसोसिएट प्रोड्यूसर टू प्रोड्यूसर व्हेन आई वाज making a change shift, then the production house I was working with as an associate producer, उस time पे I was in that same position for 2.5 years as an associate producer. तो वो मेरे लिए ना फिर ऐसा हो गया था that now I have to become a producer because now this is done, right? I know my job, so now it's a time to grow up, like step up.
Yeah.
So in that production house itself they were like nahi 6 mahine ruko, 1 saal ruko abhi, no we don't think so and I am that kind of person, I'm like mere ko pata hai, I know, and I'm very honest to myself, very loyal, I know where I stand. I want to become a producer, that's it. So I left my like job.
Our decision journey क्या है कि क्यों तुम decide कर रहे हो कि probably this place is not enough.
Yeah, then I waited and waited and then
not working anywhere
actually for 6-8 months. I was just like at home and I was, so at that time it was like कि यार सही decision है कि नहीं है, क्योंकि अब job offers तो नहीं आ रहे.
Exactly.
But then after 8 months I think I got a job again as a producer. Then I worked there for I think 9 months, and then the same company actually called me back. The previous one that I left, they only called me back as like to come and be a producer with us. I said, bang on then.
पहले ही बता देते, time waste नहीं होता किसी का. So what is the trigger? जब see associate producer तो एक designation हो गई. But it actually means that you're now ready to take more responsibility.
Yes.
And ownership of more work. What is the trigger that you go through कि अच्छा अब मुझे पता है कि अभी तो like forget the designation, you are an associate producer, okay, but in your work you know कि जो जिनको तुम report करते हो उनका काम तुम कर सकते हो easily, right?
Because I used to do most of the work. And then like if as an associate producer you first make the budget and then you give it to your producer, and the same budget used to come back to me and like हाँ ये तो ठीक है ना, ये तो मैंने ही बनाया है. or like if you read the script, like as a producer you first read the script and you take your own decision without checking with director, like कि इस basically इस script में जिमे जिप चाहिए कि नहीं, या steady cam चाहिए कि नहीं, तो these are your decisions. These are not, अभी तो director आया ही नहीं है ना script में, मतलब हम बजट कर रहे हैं अभी, तो दोज डिसीजंस लाइक एज अ क्रिएटिव ऑल्सो यू टेक दोज डिसीजंस कि इस फिल्म के लिए जिमी जिप शायद चाहिए ही होगा, या अगर कार फिल्म है तो तुम्हें स्कॉर्पियो आर्म चाहिए ही होगी. तो ये डिसीजंस जब तुम लेने लग जाते हो, देन यू नो दैट यू नो योर जॉब, यू आर रेडी टू टेक दोज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज.
कोई बता नहीं रहा है तुम्हें,
कोई बता नहीं रहा
कैसे सोचो. हाँ.
तो आई थिंक दैट ट्रिगर्स मी व्हेन आई टेक दोज डिसीजंस, एंड देन as for that designation, for that producer designation, तुम्हारी responsibilities क्या है तुम समझ जाते हो.
Right.
So I think then that kind of triggers me, and when I started feeling bored in my job, in that position, then I just like leave it. जब मेरे लिए वो चीज़ मैकेनिकल हो जाती है ना
कि अब ये करो,
कि अब पता है इसके बाद ये होगा, इसके बाद ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है.
I think something similar happened to me also. Like I was doing a kind of work I was doing, but जैसे मैं रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड काम कर रहा था, लाइक कंसल्टिंग या रिसर्च वगैरह, बट देन आई वाज लाइक डू आई कीप डूइंग दिस, am I even good at it? मतलब तुम्हें पता नहीं चलता है, बिकॉज नो वंस एक्चुअली सेइंग कि ओ यू वेरी गुड एट इट और यू नॉट गुड एट इट. तुम कर रहे हो एंड लाइक कभी कंप्लेन नहीं आ रही उसमें ऐसी, लेकिन कभी ऐसा भी नहीं लग रहा है कि यार ये तो मज़ा ही आ गया. मतलब जो पर्सनल सेटिस्फैक्शन है वो भी नहीं होता है. सो वो डिसीजन थोड़ा सा हार्ड हो जाता है, दैट ओके आई नीड टू स्टेप अप माई सेल्फ, लाइक देख लेंगे जो होना है, जो करना है वो सब अपने आप ही डिसाइड करना है. कोई बता नहीं सकता तुम्हें क्या करना, स्पेशली अगर तुमने खुद ही अपनी जर्नी खुद ही स्टार्ट किया हमेशा.
हाँ, वो बताने के लिए मतलब अगर तुमको पता है वेयर यू स्टैंड इन लाइफ, आई थिंक you don't have to listen also to people around you.
I also was following your Instagram like few months ago.
Yeah.
And I saw that you've posted poetry.
Yeah.
And you were writing it.
Yeah, I have started writing again.
Okay.
During this CAA and that whole movement that has happened. So yeah, I think poetry, I started writing in 2009.
Okay.
And I have written like some 8-9 poems back then. But then you get involved in your work, and then I think that part of you just like you keep on hold, or unintentionally it just goes on hold. Like you don't have time to write, or the thoughts are not coming, or whatever. And I always, so when this whole thing happened, I think there was so much creativity that was happening around that whole movement that it irked, something irked. I was feeling emotional about it. I was feeling very strongly about it. And I have realized that I always write when I'm feeling very strongly about something.
Right.
So, I wrote it, and then I kept that habit now. And
I think that whole phase of those protests, what it did was it brought politics to Instagram.
Yeah.
Which I had not observed before, because before it was like Facebook pe hai, and mostly on Twitter.
Yeah.
But then a lot of young people, who were not actively like engaged in everyday politics, be it for or against anyone, they started reacting. I think that got something from within people's hearts or minds, and they started expressing.
Yeah.
So that was that. I think it was not written about much, or this phenomena was not reported much.
Yeah.
But a lot of art started coming out.
Oh yes, a lot of it, and now it's continuing. The trend is continuing about every thing that is happening around the world.
Yes.
The it's become like people are like putting it out there, their thoughts and their expressions.
Yeah. And people who were not even that artistic to begin
100%.
And they started expressing themselves.
100%.
Very
like
strongly.
Through their art.
Yeah.
Through their poems. And
exactly.
Yeah. Write-ups. There are so many write-ups.
Yeah.
Like now like people are, I think now we are not leaving a chance to like say things about anything. Like we are so active.
Everyone's become more expressive. And
more
that
expressive.
whole, that whole coating or like this layer of, or you cannot penetrate this and talk about all this and express in this way. For now, it was broken. People were like, "Oh, we are going to write about whatever we want."
Yeah, now like we have become more courageous, I think.
Yeah. What is your writing going to look like? What are you writing about?
I am actually, so I started writing for that protest, Shaheen Bagh protest, I wrote a poem and it got like mentioned in some online news portal also. So yeah, I'm writing more about that only actually.
Okay.
So recently, because of Independence Day, I wrote few things about the Azadi. So I think I'm writing on Azadi and what's the situation right now in the country. But simultaneously, I'm writing about my people also, like people I love. Like my brother, I've written a poem for my brother on his birthday. I've written a poem about one of my very close friend. I've written a poem about her. So I'm writing like that, like whatever comes to my mind and whoever I'm feeling for at that moment, I just write it quickly. So I write it like that, like I'm going to sleep and some thoughts are coming in my head, so I quickly like open my phone and write it. तो ऐसा हो रहा है.
अच्छा. Do you want to take it anywhere, like take it anywhere professionally, or you want to just do it?
I don't know. If I'll write well, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not too sure about my writing as of now.
Right.
I just write.
Okay.
So yeah, if people will like it, I will write it and then I'll see.
Probably.
Right now, I'm very happy with my producing career.
Okay.
I love my job. So yeah.
So probably you will be producing a film and then writing for it. Maybe. Who knows?
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Barkha, for coming.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you for inviting
and catching up after such a long time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.